So we are outside the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I just laid down this chalk slogan: American Unitarians misuse Canadian blasphemy law to conceal pedophilia and rape. This protests against the fact that the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations in Boston has falsely accused me of the crime of blasphemous libel in an effort to intimidate me into removing blog posts about certain Unitarian Universalists who have in fact been convicted of what Stikeman Elliott Barristers and Solicitors litigation lawyer Maitre Marc-Andre Coulombe refers to as such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape in his arrogant and aggressive cease and desist demand letter that demands that I take down blog posts that happen to tell the truth about Unitarian Universalist pedophiles and rapists. The exact quote from the legal letter of this false accusation is, "Your unfounded and vicious allegations." Let's try that over again because I mixed up accusations with allegations. Again, this is what Stikeman Elliott Barristers and Solicitors litigation lawyer Maitre Marc-Andre Coulombe actually wrote. Your unfounded and vicious allegations to the effect that ministers of the association engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape are defamatory. And he went on to say how they were so defamatory that they amounted to the criminal act of blasphemous libel. So on that note, we're going to just start walking back and forth with picket signs. We've laid down 2 chalk slogans, and now we are just going to engage in our standard walking back and forth with a few picket signs. We got John Inder here, the president of the church, I believe, if he's still president. And he's probably waiting for the police to show up, so it could have an interesting little philosophical discussion with the police later. But we'll just begin our protest with picket signs. Oh, don't worry about it. It's a bucket of halves. So somebody accidentally knocked over my little box of chalk. We shall pick these up and put them away and get on with our little protest. So we shall just come up here and put the chalk down, put down the tripod, or at least just stand it freely there. Grab a couple of picket signs that are appropriate and walk back and forth a little bit. So yeah, let's see, Unitarian bullying and bigotry, suck you asterisk you, that's not too bad. Unitarian hypocrisy and hubris, suck you asterisk you, that's pretty good. So we have David Rollert showing up here on a bike. That's the husband of the minister, Reverend Diane Rollert. Oh yes, Unitarian perversion of justice, sucks you asterisk you. So we're just walking back and forth now with a picket sign in each hand. I'm currently displaying a Unitarian hypocrisy and hubris, suck you asterisk you, in my right hand, and a Unitarian perversion of justice, sucks you asterisk you, in my left hand. And we got our other dour looking John Inder standing out front, probably waiting for the police to arrive. Aberdon Belchas, also a leading younger member of the Unitarian Church of Montreal, is with him. There's an older member whose name I do not know. So basically 3 people standing outside the church, most likely waiting for police officers to show up, even though there's no reason for police officers to show up, as I believe that everything I'm doing is well within my constitutionally guaranteed right to engage in peaceful public protest against Unitarian Universalist injustices and abuses and hypocrisy and so on. So we'll just keep going here. So I got a guy in a wheelchair coming this way, a member of the church, if I'm not mistaken. So we shall walk the other way, give him plenty of room to go up the ramp. That's exactly what's happening. And get back to our little walking back and forth, just adjust the focus a little bit here. So it is Sunday, the 14th of September 2014. I'm in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I have laid down two chalk slogans on the sidewalk, one which was seen, I believe, at the beginning of this video. Here's the other one. Unitarians cover up and deny clergy sexual abuse of children. Entirely truthful statement based not only on the fact that the Unitarian Universal Association is trying to cover up and deny clergy sexual abuse of children by pretending that my blog posts about Unitarian Universalist rapists and pedophile are unfounded and vicious, when in fact they are very well founded in fact and not particularly vicious. That's one element of how they try to cover up and deny clergy sexual abuse of children. But more recently, in fact just less than 3 months ago, yeah, it looks like a police car coming now. Less than 3 months ago, the moderator of the Unitarian Universal Association, Maitre Marc-André Coulombe, sorry, I should say Jim Key, a little mixed up here, but we got a couple of police officers. Bonjour.
Ça va bien?
Oui, très bien.
Good, good. On va juste aller de l'autre côté.
Oui, oui, allez-y, oui. So, we have a couple of SPVM police officers looking at my chalk slogan here. And John Inder in the background, and Amber Dawn Belchas. So no doubt the issue here is my chalk slogans. It'll be interesting to see what the police have to say about my chalk slogans, considering that their police car is covered in stickers. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh yes, au voleur, on n'a rien volé, and so on and so forth. So here we have a Montreal police car covered in stickers protesting against the apparent reduction or sought reduction, okay, in city contributions to their pension.
Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, restez plus loin, on parle à monsieur. Vous parlez français ou anglais?
Les deux.
Les deux, ok. Je vais vous demander juste de rester un petit peu plus loin, on va parler à monsieur, on va venir vous parler ensuite, ok? Merci.
Ouais. Moi aussi, je documente qu'est-ce qui se passe, alors.
Ah, mais pas de problème. C'est le droit de tout le monde, hein?
C'est ça, exact. Je suis tout à fait d'accord. So that was nice. The police officer, he asked me to step back because they're talking to John Inder, because he probably doesn't want me over here. But they're discussing my picket signs, as has happened before. And I think the police officer may be telling John that 3 feet back from the sidewalk is public property, and I therefore do have the right to have these picket signs there. We'll see what happens. We got Ambered on Belchast documenting what John Inder's saying to the police, and I'm going to be reasonably quiet because I want to know what he's saying too. Just step a little to my left in case these people want to go by. Okay, so we just got Mark Abley, Gazette columnist, entering the church. I think John Inder's saying that I'm saying things very dirty. Vraiment sale, I think that's what he said. In fact, I'm protesting against very dirty things. You know? I mean, how do you protest against very dirty things without using words like pedophilia and rape when you're protesting against not only pedophilia and rape itself, but the fact that the Unitarian Universalists try very hard to cover it up, as they're doing right now. Right now, they are trying to hide this protest. They do not want people knowing that A, Unitarian Universalist ministers engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, and B, that the Unitarian Universalist Association, individual Unitarian Universalist churches, and many individual Unitarian Universalists, such as John Inder right here, right now, do their very best to try and cover up and hide the fact that certain Unitarian Universalist ministers do in fact engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape and other forms of clergy sexual misconduct of a less serious nature, as well as non-sexual clergy misconduct. So we got the police looking at my chalk slogan, and they're talking and they're pointing to it. Looks like they're calling in maybe. So they're discussing the content of the slogan. So we'll see. We got 16 minutes left on this. I should perhaps start a new, fresh reel, but I don't expect my conversation with them to exceed 15 minutes. So, est-ce que vous voulez parler avec moi maintenant?
Oui, c'est pas long.
OK.
On sait de toute façon que vous nous filmez, fait qu'il n'y a pas de problème.
Non, non, je sais qu'il n'y a pas de problème. So, anyhow, so we had two police officers discussing my chalk slogan. And it's funny because, you know, they're no doubt concerned not only with the chalk slogan itself, but the fact, you know, that it speaks of American Unitarians misusing Canadian blasphemy law to cover up pedophilia and rape. So yes, the words pedophilia and rape do appear in this chalk slogan, which protests against the fact that the Unitarian Universalist Association does in fact try to cover up and hide such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers. If they make an issue of that, well, I will tell them, A, I'm telling the truth, and B, on your police car, you have a sticker accusing...
On va revenir vous voir, monsieur, ce sera pas bien long.
Wait, c'est bon. You know, on their police car, they have a sticker accusing Montreal Mayor Denis Coderre of being a voleur. That means a thief. So, if they can accuse Mayor Denis Coderre of being a voleur, thief, in stickers on their police car, I really don't see why I can't have a chalk slogan that actually tells the truth about the fact that American Unitarians, specifically Unitarian Universalist Association leaders, such as UUA President Reverend Peter Morales, such as UA Moderator Jeannie Courter at the time, such as current UUA moderator Jim Key, such as the UUA Board of Trustees, such as various other top-level UUA administrators, and not the least of them being former UUA Executive Vice President Kathleen K. Montgomery, are in fact guilty of... Oui. C'est bon. Oui. So we got a very polite and even somewhat friendly police officers. So no complaints about their behavior so far. And we'll just continue our little protest. Anyhow, so they went back to their car. And we'll just step off So we got John Ender here.
Hi, Robin.
Hey.
Just for the record, I don't think you have a valid complaint. I don't think you were subject to abuse of clergy. I think someone telling you no they're perfectly right to have that opinion. So
You're an idiot, John, and nobody said no. Ray Drennan, and by the way, I'm not even talking about Ray Drennan right now, but Ray Drennan falsely and maliciously labeled Creation Day as, well, yes, you're not listening to me because you don't want to practice the fourth principle of Unitarian Universalism, let alone the second one. You don't want to know the truth about what really happened. You'd much prefer to have the police try and shut this protest down, but I don't think it's going to happen. So that was John Ender grossly misrepresenting the facts by saying he didn't think I was abused by Reverend Ray. He didn't actually specify who he was talking about, but he obviously meant Reverend Ray Drennan. But actually, Reverend Ray Drennan is not the only Unitarian Universalist minister who has actually behaved in an abusive manner towards me. I mean, we can add Reverend Dr. Victoria Weinstein, also known as Peace Bang, to the list. Oh, here comes Bob. What's his name? Bob White, if I remember correctly. I haven't seen him in a while. So, anyhow, I think we're going to have to start a new reel, though, because we're probably down to... oh, yeah, the police look like, oh, they're going in the car. I got John out here. I got 11 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm debating starting up a new reel. For now, I won't. But anyway, John's in like total denial of the facts. You know, trying to pretend that I was not in fact abused by Reverend Ray Drennan and or other Unitarian Universal clergy. But in any case, I'm not even talking about abuse against me right now, well, other than the false criminal accusations. You know, I'm talking about people who've been subjected to such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, and the fact that the Unitarian Universalist Association is trying to cover that up and has tried to cover up in the past. So the cops are both in their police car. You know, one covered in stickers there, including a sticker that calls Montreal Mayor Denny Coderre a thief, the green one there. I won't get too close to the car because the cops might get a little upset if I get too close, but that green sticker there essentially calls Denny Coderre a thief, and other stickers and posters that the police are using call Denny Coderre a thief. So if they can call Denny Coderre a thief because he is trying to reduce the city's contribution to their pension fund, I think I can call convicted Unitarian Universalist pedophiles and rapists. I think I can call Unitarian Universalists who cover up and deny clergy sexual abuse of children exactly that. I think I can have a picket sign that says Unitarian Universalist prejudice and bigotry sucks you asterisk you, and so on. In other words, I am as fully within my rights to do what I'm doing right now as they are. What's that?
Is that in your way?
Not at all. No. I'm taking photos and videos. A couple of cops there. I'm waiting to have a nice little chat with them.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck.
Yeah, thanks. The guy was at, so I got like less than 10 minutes, so I'm going to start a fresh clip because I don't want to cut short the discussion with the cops. I want to be able to record the whole thing if necessary. So yeah, so here's the other chalk slogan: American Unitarians misuse Canadian blasphemy law to conceal pedophilia and rape. Very happy to see that the police officers have already acknowledged my right to document what's happening. This is definitely going on YouTube. And I am now going to shut this down and start a fresh reel immediately so that my conversation with the police is fully recorded.